Some of these books have been on my shelf for over 10 years, and today we're finally gonna let them go. You might be asking, why are you going to let go of probably 100 books? I'm not gonna let go of all of them, but I will get rid of hopefully 50% of them, because if I'm honest with myself, I am not going to read most of these books. You might be asking, why do you want to get rid of your books? I mean, a lot of people love to collect books, and I too am a collector, but I'm going to tell you it's 3 reasons for me personally. 1, my reading taste has changed. I was a teenager with different interests and different reading habits. 2, a lot of these are gifts that were given to me a long time ago by people who did not know my reading taste, but I kept them because I just felt bad getting rid of them. And also, in that category, I used to work in a library, so I would get a lot of their inventory that they wanted to get rid of, and ARCs that they would get that they wanted to get rid of and no one was going to read them there. A lot of those books that I do have are from those circumstances. And number 3, and probably the most important one and the one that drove this whole desire for me to get rid of half of my books, is that I've had a personal conviction just to not read books that contain certain things, because I'm a Christian and I don't want to read anything that will bring negative spirits in my life. Those things mainly contain of witchcraft. If anything has witchcraft portrayed in a positive light, I will be getting rid of it if I want to or not. I think that's probably going to be the hardest thing, because I love fantasy and I love some of these books, and if they have those themes in it, I'm just going to pitch them, and it's going to be hard, but it's gotta be done. So just stick along and see which books I'm going to weed out. If you are asking how many books do I actually have, I'm going to count them right now. This is the main bookshelf where I keep all my books. I do have one small bookshelf in this bedroom, and I also have my little TBR bookshelf downstairs. I probably won't weed anything out in there just because I plan on hopefully reading them. Maybe I should just get in there too and just weed those out too. So task 1, count how many books are on my shelves, just so that I can clearly compare the percentage that I get rid of at the end of this video. So I'm going to add up each book from each shelf that I have, just to get a more accurate representation of what I have. So for this first one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 25. The second one, this is mainly my Christian shelf where I have a lot of C.S. Lewis and Bibles. So this one's kind of gonna stay the same, I'm not gonna lie, but I'll still count them. This one is 24. Moving down to this shelf over here. This used to be my favorite shelf, and it's probably going to be the shelf where I get rid of the most books. And I hate to say it because I really love some of these authors, but the themes that they mention in their books are just really not good. As a Christian, I just can't justify reading them. I have read most of these books on here, but I just can't have them in my house. This is going to be a hard one. That one has 19 books. So I have 3 more shelves down here. You probably can't see the bottom one. I'll insert a shot when I get to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This shelf has 21. The next one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 23. And then the final shelf, which you can't see, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 23. So in total, in this bookshelf, I have 135 books. I don't know whether I'm surprised or if I knew that it was going to be 135. I honestly thought it was going to be flat out 100. I didn't even know that I was going to get to 100, but I have 135. And I'm telling you now, I haven't read most of these books. So that's a problem. That's why we're doing this. I'm now going to go through each shelf, look at the categories that I set for myself, and I'm going to get rid of as many books as I possibly can. This book is crazy old. It even has the old covers. I want to see when this book came out. Oh my goodness, this is hanging on by a thread. Some of these books I'm like, I really do want to keep them because if I have a daughter one day, I'm sure she'd love to read these books. But I don't have a daughter, and if I were to have a daughter, it would be at least 13 years until she would be able to read these books. Okay, so this says copyright Sarah Dessen, 2009. That is actually crazy. I think I'm going to put this in the pile, and then I'll decide if I really want to keep it. But I probably will never read this book, and it's just like I have such a problem of keeping books I'm never going to read. This is another one. The same thing. I actually thrifted this a couple years ago, which, believe it or not, why did I do that? I heard about this book when I was in high school. I probably wouldn't like it, especially because I don't really like romance novels or even contemporary novels that much. But because I bought this recently, I wonder if I should just keep it. I'm just gonna keep this one. You see, this is my problem. I keep everything. Look at this book. I don't know if any of you know, but back in like 2019 or no, 2017, honestly, Christine Riccio was like my favorite booktuber back in the day. And when she came out with a book, I bought it right away. I even bought the Barnes & Noble exclusive. I never bought books. Like, think about it. My parents actually had to buy this for me because I didn't have money back then. And they bought me the Barnes & Noble hardcover. This costs like a fortune. Have I read it? No, I haven't. But I kind of want to keep it just to support her, and I will read it one day. From the first shelf, we were able to get rid of 7 books. So that's pretty good. I could have gotten rid of maybe like 2 more, but we'll see. I'm moving on to the second shelf. This one, actually, I don't think I'm going to get rid of anything in here. So that makes it difficult because that means I have to get rid of more things in the rest of my shelves. This is a book that I think my grandfather gave me. For any of you who don't know, I'm actually Albanian. And this is a book he gave to me when I came to America for the first time. And I was not a reader back then, so I don't know what he was thinking. But it's fairy tales in Albanian. And I'm definitely going to keep this. Maybe I'll pick this up sometime just to practice my reading in Albanian. So that is definitely staying. And this one's a cool one. This is a story about hymns, and it actually has the hymns in there. And I also do play the piano, so I would love to learn how to play these and then read about their backstory. I think this is such an awesome book. As I said, this is where the damage is going to happen. I know, this is going to be so hard for me. The whole Throne of Glass series has got to go. And this is not only painful because I really like the series, but it's also painful because I managed to get them in the original covers. As you can see, I don't have all of them because it was a collection I was slowly trying to get my hands on. The first couple books, I didn't really feel any conviction reading. And honestly, I didn't feel any conviction reading any of these, but then when I started learning more and reading my Bible more, I started realizing that I should not be devoting my time into reading books like this. I feel like I really love fantasy, but sometimes they take it too far. A Sudoku book, what is this doing here? These ones, these are books I bought maybe like a year ago, and I never read them, but I was saving them for when all of the books would come out, and now I'm going to get rid of them. I read the backs and I just feel like this one is more spiritual than the other ones, so I have to get rid of it. But Sarah J. Maas, just please make some books that I can read. I know that I have to do this, but to be honest, it's just very difficult because some of these books I've really adored and I have looked forward to reading them. So when so much money gets poured into me buying these books and so much desire goes into me potentially wanting to read them one day, it is very difficult. So if you have your own convictions out there and you're having a difficult time pursuing them, just do it because you're honoring God, and at the end of the day, that's the most important. He's going to take care of you. So I think part of me is that I spent so much money and I'm not really in the best financial situation right now, so it feels like I'm throwing away money, but I know that at the end of the day, I'm doing this for God, and that's all that matters. This book was actually given to me. It's funny that this book was given to me because I have read none of Cassandra Clare's books, none of them. And obviously, as you can tell, it deals with demon hunters, so it's gotta go. Inheritance games, I actually just picked these up recently. There's no problem with these in my heart, so these got to stay. This book is also an oldie. Look at that cover. Let's see when this one was released. This is a part of the Delirium series. So it's not even the first book. I don't even know why I have this. This is 2013. I'm not sure if I want to keep this, to be honest. I don't feel any desire to keep this book. I definitely love the way it looks on my shelf. I know that is such a terrible way of keeping books. Like, come on, it looks beautiful, but why would I keep this? And honestly, I don't have the first one, so I don't even know if I'm gonna like this book enough to keep finishing the whole series, so unfortunately, it's gotta go. This next one, I'm definitely keeping. This is one of my favorite classics. It's beautiful, and it's heartwarming, and it's painful, and it's so well-rounded. I love it. I read it in high school. Believe it or not, I loved it, and it got me to appreciate classics. And I'm I'm going to read more classics this year. There were 19 books here. All right. On that note, I do have a couple of other classics here. Look at this. Look at this copy. It is barely surviving. I don't even know where I got this. Oh, something fell out of that. And then I also have the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Will I read this? I have no idea, but I like keeping old books in hopes that one day I will read them. This book was a book club book for my library. I did not like this book at all. I don't know why. Maybe I just wasn't in the headspace to read this book, but I just thought it was a waste of my time. Again, I read this when I was a teenager, so maybe I would have a different appreciation for it now, but I will never pick this up because of how much I didn't like it the first time, so it's going. So those are all of the books that we kept on this shelf. As you can tell, that was gonna be most of the damage. So we have made it to the last 3. My predictions is that I'm going to get rid of a lot on this bottom shelf just because I put the books I don't like as much on the bottom because I don't want to look at them. So that's why I'm guessing most of the books are going to be there. Going on this, I have the original Red Queen. This book has been read and loved, and look, I don't know what happened, but I think I had it in my backpack when I was in high school and I spilled water on it and the pages are completely bent. Yeah, at least it has the cover though. I'm keeping this one. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love this. This is actually a signed copy. I went to BookCon back in, I don't even know when, and I loved this book. I think this was the first book that I read in one sitting. I remember I was sleeping in the same room as my grandmother and she kept telling me to go to sleep. And I was just like, just one more chapter, grandmother, just one more chapter. And I finished the whole entire book and she woke up and I was still reading. And I couldn't believe myself because back in the day I wasn't as big of a reader as I am now. So that was just unheard of. And that's how much I adored this book. That's why I had to get it signed. And I'm so happy. I really want to collect them all. Later, my dad bought me the 3rd book, Crest, which is so wonderful, but look, they don't match. This is hardcover, this is softcover. So part of me wants to get rid of this just so that I can buy them all in the covers that I want, but I'm definitely keeping the first one. If you are looking for a really good sci-fi-ish fairy tale retelling, I completely wholeheartedly recommend this series. It's beautiful. I love it so much. This one was gifted to me. I don't know what it's about. I feel like I'm never gonna read it. I think it's about pirates and it seems interesting. The dust jacket, it's like see-through. I think this is so cool. This does sound cool. It's about maps and I think it has pirates in it. But to be honest, will I read this? I don't think I'm going to read it. I don't want to part with it because it's so beautiful, but I think I'm going to have to get rid of it. This is another thing I got a book on in actually 2017. I have not read this and it's only like a couple of chapters. I think it's only like 10 chapters. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. If I wanted to, I could just get the whole book. This one is so cute. This is a book that was given to me by one of my ESL teachers when I first came to America. And it's a book about, it says all about me and I have to write in it. This was when I was in 5th grade and I was 10 years old and I literally signed it in the beginning. Part of me wants to go through and just like read these. Like I didn't do it in every page. I think it was like some of my assignments. I had to take this home and complete one each week or something like that. But it's really cute to look back at, and maybe I want to like write a couple of new ones in there and then like a couple of years just reread them. This is another book that I got from that BookCon. As you can tell, October of 2017. I probably went to BookCon in 2016 for them to give me ARCs from 2017. I don't know how it works. I'm not going to read this if I'm going to be honest with you. It sounds interesting. It's about princesses and an empire, and do I want to keep this? It sounds like there's arranged marriage, a lot of politics, princesses. I'm going to keep this because actually that sounds really interesting. This is a very cool book too that I actually got. It's an advanced reader copy. This one I got from my library and it is really cool. It's like a sci-fi novel, but it has like pictures in it and it's mixed media, and I've heard that it's supposed to be fun and entertaining, so I have held on to this book for a long time because I wanted to read it, but part of me thinks that I'm never going to read it. I'm going to give it one more chance, and then the next time that I do this type of thing, I'm just going to get rid of it, because if I don't read it in the next couple months, it's gonna go. But I know that someone would love this book. I feel like it sounds really interesting. Star Touched Queen, on sale 2016. Can't believe it. How do I have these books? Like, some of them I'm like, how did I get my hands on these books? I'm gonna get rid of this one. I don't see myself reading that. I'm sorry. I'm sure that a lot of people love it, and if you do, please leave a comment, because I'm gonna get rid of, like, physically get rid of these books maybe in the next couple weeks. So if you have any recommendations, if you want me to keep some of these and give them a second chance, let me know and maybe I'll consider it. All right, this one's definitely gotta go. I have tried to pick this one up before and it just wasn't working for me. I thought that, oh, it's Brooklyn, I might like it. No. Lady Rogue. This was pretty popular back in the day. I don't even know what it's about. I'm gonna leave it in a pile here and just see. Ember in the Ashes. This is, I actually thrifted this. Let me know if this is good, because I've had this in my collection for way too long and I don't know if it's that good. Just let me know. This one, I feel like if you were into booktube back in the day, you will know about this series, because this series was very, very popular and I really, really loved this series, but I feel like my conviction is telling me to get rid of it. I will never read it. I only read the first one and maybe started the second one. I actually got this signed, so part of me just doesn't want to get rid of it, but I just know I should. So this is gonna go too. Now we're entering my high school books, 1984. Look at my annotations. Well, that's when you can tell that I stopped reading the book. These are my annotations before. Don't tell my teacher, but I actually looked up the ending, and now that I'm older, I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to actually read this. I would have never thought you would have not caught me reading this book maybe 10 years ago, but look at how far we've come. This is my copy of The Great Gatsby. I cannot believe I did this, but I thrifted this. Look at how beautiful this is. Like, I have not found a copy that is like this. It says it's $1.50. I can't believe this, but look at how much I annotated this. It feels like I ruined the book, but honestly, I loved it so much, so it's just part of the reading journey, I guess. I'm actually cracking myself up at some of these annotations. They're really funny. I have some Penguin classics here. This is my original copy of Jane Eyre. Just enjoy that. And my my annotations for this thing are just insane. It's never that deep, guys. It's never that deep. What was I thinking? I have no idea, but I loved this so much. And then this is Frankenstein. As you can tell, I read this in college. I did not have time to annotate as much as I used to, which some of you might think that I still annotated a good amount, but I kind of gave up towards the end. I just started skim reading it because I was running out of time. The rest of the books are just like marriage books and Christian books. I don't know why they're in there. I guess I couldn't fit them up there. So we didn't get rid of that many in this shelf. That's very surprising. This last one, however, I will get rid of a good amount. I'm getting rid of things that I feel like are a little witchy and like vampire-y. And I feel like this, like The Offering, The Essence. And then there's also this one that I got at a convention, so that's also getting rid of. This whole entire series, I don't know if you've ever read it, doesn't look that spiritually thrilling to me. Saints of Thieves. This was a library book club book, like maybe so many years ago. I can't even remember. I never picked it up, and to be honest, I'm never gonna pick it up, so I'm getting rid of it. All right, this is the book that got me into reading. I have loved this book so much, and I would ask my dad for my birthday every single year to get me one of these books. He would go online and get me the original covers. It's The Lightning Thief. Look at this copy. It is coming apart. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I absolutely loved this book. I'm not gonna get rid of this. This is just like a prized possession to me because it is the first book that got me into reading. My shelves are looking very bare, so I'm going to hopefully, potentially, go to thrift stores and just get more books that I'm actually going to read. I have to tell myself, I gotta buy books that I'm going to read. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Please tell me what you're reading, and if I like it, I'm going to add it to my bookshelf. Also, tell me if you have read any of these books and have liked them and want me to reconsider them. As long as they don't enter into one of my categories, I will reconsider. But as of right now, these are the books that I'm getting rid of. A lot of them fell in front of me, so they're on the ground and you can't see them, but they are there, and I think I'm getting rid of about 40 books in total. That's a good percentage. I hope you liked this video, and I hope you enjoyed me going through all of my books and just getting rid of the ones that I'm not planning on reading or just don't want to have those sort of books around me anymore. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and please tell me what you're reading, because I really clearly need new book recommendations to put on my bookshelves. Until next time, bye.